Hello and welcome back to Cultist Simulator. Last time we were about to enter the wood. So, let's continue. We don't really have any place that we want to explore, and we are still watching out for this. So, let's see. Have you found notoriety? I don't think you have. I'm pretty sure you just got fed Mystique. So, I just realized this is going to turn... Okay. So let's go ahead and... Ooh, we only have the 2 passion. Okay, I don't think I'll be able to get rid of this restlessness in time. I should have been paying more attention. In that case, I guess we will go ahead and continue working at Clever and Clever, but... this is going to get upgraded once. Unfortunately. Yep, there it goes. Despair pads close to my heels. The world is leached of light. So, that is highly unfortunate. And that just took my passion. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this here. Oh, that was not full restlessness yet? And here we go. So, this is the Mantis. We could get a peculiar rumor. This might lead to someone I need, or might mean something else entirely. We can also pick up one of these 2. I think I said that I wanted to be a little bit more aggressive this time, so we'll just go ahead and go for the peculiar rumor. While I was returning to the depths, one appeared in front of my eyes whose mouth was sealed. When I saw them in the great emptiness, I cried out. I think that last night I met another soul in the wood. I will never recall exactly what we said one to another, but I think that we will recognize each other in the waking world. So, we can go ahead and give our passion back, and we have the wood. So, I believe, yeah. Track down a rumor. I suspect that at the end of this story, I will find someone who will hear what I have to say. And I have reordered the boundaries of my ignorance. We get an additional reason. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it like this, it's because whenever it's exhausted like this, so these cards will stack on each other. I just prefer to have them out like this, because whenever they get exhausted, they won't stack on each other like that, and it gets somewhat annoying. So let's see. I would like to enter the wood again, but unfortunately we need passion in order to do that. And we don't have anything to study at the moment. So we have the 3 reasons, so let's go ahead and put extra effort at Glover and Glover. I will apply extra effort. Perhaps they'll appreciate it. And unfortunately, we have an additional restlessness. That is horrifying. We need to get some sickness. I've become unwell. So, lots of stuff. A promotion. Mr. Alden, the supervisor of records, has called me into his office to recognize my diligence. I watch the mole on his neck as he talks, and talks, and talks. But at the end of it, I have a promotion. My new position is better paid, and the desk stands by the street window, but I work directly for Mr. Alden now. Mr. Alden is known to be exacting. So, we now have a position as Glover and Glover, and as you can see, the timer is now shorter. So we do get our funds. And it now has the aspect annoyance. Here's a thorn in my side. I may yet find a way to remove it. So, we'll go ahead and let that go. And I think this calls for drastic measures. Now we will have to wait a moment. Let's see, so we don't have anything to study necessarily. Well, we could continue to study our reason. Actually, I don't think I'm super worried about it, so let's do that. So, we get an additional hanger on. Get our passion back. Get a little bit of mystique. And as I said, we'll just continue to find people to bring in. And as I said, despair. Okay, so that is the same reading. We have tracked down a rumor, an unpromising address, but a promising resident. So we get a little bit of notoriety, and we get Enid. Enid speaks softly, and sometimes her gaze doesn't focus on anything visible. It may be that you've dreamed the same dreams. Oh, I like that. So, I would like to keep these organized as to who is already initiated in the cult and who is not. So we do have our passion back. We could continue doing this. Except for the issue that I wasn't paying attention, and we need to worry about that. Actually, I just realized, I think we're about to lose. We need to immediately go to the Odysseus Club. So we now have an affliction. And as I said, this is not good. Ooh, I forgot about you're requiring our attention. I really was not paying attention. There, okay. That was... Whew, okay. Nightly pleasures at the Cabinet Club. I purchased pleasure. I reel home in the ungodly hours and collapse into bed. We got a little bit of contentment. Despair abates. Memories of better times keep the wolf from the door. Okay. So our current issue is that we are poor. Luckily, we are making more money. Get a little bit of erudition, go ahead and we'll continue to study. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. As I said, I don't think this consistently gives back contentment, so that is something to keep in mind. Let's continue to work. Right now, the thing that we need the most is money. Okay, going back to the Mansis. So we can't ignore this one, so let's go to the well. Vitality. The well in the wood is sacred to the Grail, the hour that hungers, and to the velvet, the hour that guards secrets. Tonight, as I approached, it heaved with the velvet's moss, struggling waves of deep and vibrant green, pulsing again and again from its throat. It surged around my calves, rose to my thighs, and this morning I still feel the velvet's breath strong within me. So, I have a little bit of vitality, which actually is helpful in our current situation. Because resting will restore me if I have the necessary resources. So we can either pay for medicines or use a little bit of vitality. All I need now is time. So that was fortunate timing. Our next issue has to be, we have to take care of this or else it will kill us. Let's try exploring, and this is going to give us an additional despair. So, that's a hireling. That's not helpful. Well, it won't give us an additional despair. It will only create, what is it called? Restlessness. Which we don't have any easy way to get rid of, since now if we attempted to paint it, we would lose our job. little bit too realistic with that one. So we will continue to study. We met Renia. Renia has been found not guilty 3 times in 3 separate jurisdictions. She will likely never be found guilty of anything. So, as I said, we can go ahead and continue to look for acquaintances, and we have now healed. Now, because of this, I think that calls for drastic measures. And what we're going to do, purchase a tincture of opium. In times of special crisis, I may visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet, but only in times of a special crisis. This is an expensive and risky way to gain contentment. It may provoke sickness or despair. Which I believe this is despair, right? Yeah. So we already have the despair, so it can't cause despair. So it can only cause sickness. I think. Yes. No. No. And luckily for us, that gave us an additional contentment. That is helpful. Did I miss the diligence? Ooh. I am certain that my adversaries has lodged a copy of their notes elsewhere, with their solicitor, with their supervisor, or even with their contact in the press. This is troubling. We now have tentative evidence. Ah! A hunter has found evidence, real or imagined, of my sins. So, we now have this. This can possibly end the game. Better or not, I must be careful of the company I keep. So, let's continue to search the city. And this tincture of opium won't go useless, because we do have the restlessness. So what we can do is, and that has caused a place behind desire. Is there something to be learned from the satisfaction of desire? So we have that. And we can now clear my mind. So that will save us initially. What are we down to? That will bring us down to 1 level of dread. So, likely, I think purchasing an additional tincture of opium after this resolves might be what we end up doing. So, we need to go ahead and combine these 2. And we have found an overlooked place. I did not read that. Explore an uncanny tangle of streets by the light of the moon. Streets are strange in the hour called Miniscate. Oh, let's see what that produces for us. So let us see. This is something that I am very worried about. This I believe was additional follower? Yes. There's something like enlightenment. We have a little bit of glimmering now, which we could possibly use. This would create another despair. Or not despair, but restlessness. Visions pass me with the pavane grace, a window over a wood, a garden of ice, a shivering sun, a woman of glass. I will return home reluctantly. So we now have a subtle fracture. Clouds part, walls creak, old wounds. A 6th order influence, significant resonances or correspondence. This can be used in some rites to summon minions. So, that is something we're looking forward to. Let's go ahead and go back. I forget what all of this can produce, but I feel like it can produce contentment. It might also be able to produce fascination, though. Okay, so he is asking for our additional attention. And, yeah. So, as I said, we'll get an additional restlessness. We have cleared our mind, though. We only have a singular funds. Oh! Horrifying. We really need... So we have now exercised the mind. Let's continue to study our reason. So I'm hoping... I forget if it's 3 or 4. 3. Okay. No, but we have produced a glimmering. And it's the same. So let's continue to go here once more. Okay. So, oh, it doesn't need me to. That's the annoying part about this one, is that it doesn't just simply take it. It asks for you to actually have to pay attention. So we get an additional hanger on. And as I said, let's just simply continue getting followers. For us to be able to use later on. Oh. Great. Great. Can we... Okay, so, a season of notoriety. So I think we're good to hold off on the moment. We will get some despair. But that's not necessarily going to hold us back. And I don't think we really have anywhere else to explore for the moment. So I think we're good. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and do this anyway. Because if we can get either more glimmering or an additional just contentment outright out of it, then, like, since we're not using it anyway. And we do have our passion back, so let's go ahead and visit the manses again. So. Yeah. I don't think there's much that we really need to... Okay. We will need to combine these two. What is the timer on this one? Plenty of time. Okay. Get our glimmering. Actually, now that I think about it, we might actually technically be wasting this. All it is asking for our attention. Because now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, we technically don't need to be worrying about that for the moment. Okay, so our big lacking thing currently is our funds. According to down here, we have 4. Is that, oh yeah, that is right. Okay. Okay, visiting the manses one more. We can either get into cold scrap, or we can try either one of these. This gives us a vitality. We could try the Temple of the Wheel. I don't think we're really using occult scraps yet, so let's go to the Temple of the Wheel. Trembling airs, the toes tap, all the brisk and all is brisk and all is well. This is a second order influence. Let's go ahead and read this. In the wood beyond the walls of the manse, a jagged rock rears like a petrified remnants of a dancing giant. I trailed my hand along its flank over the eye signs and lichen of the crude graffiti of the lesser wood powers, and I felt the thrumming of the wheel which has passed. It has passed, but something continues. So we now get trembling airs, get our passion back, and we have the wood. And this is our funds. We will simply continue to work. And let's see. This is the second one. I did just sort of realize. Ooh, that's cutting it real close. Yeah, because that would take two more of these would take 120. Oh no, we can't actually do this. I was probably too slow somewhere. Oh well. Yeah. Dorothy. Dorothy is an enthusiastic sort with an eclectic reading habit. She's fascinated by my hints about the shapes beneath the world's skin. So, this won't actually work out. Because if you see here, so we have 140 seconds. This is going to take up the next like 30. Plus we need an additional 60 to get a second erudition, which brings us down to like 20, which is not enough time for us to combine two, because I believe that is also an additional 60 seconds. So, because of that, I think after this I'm going to go ahead and quit, and I will, I guess, combine these two glimmerings to try and get an additional physique. Or not physique, passion. Bleh. Bleh bleh! I wasn't paying attention. We might have missed him asking for our attention. He doesn't always ask for it, though. And our tentative evidence is going down. Oh, that glimmering went away. Yeah, so I think, unfortunately, an additional 60 seconds currently would leave us with 40. And I believe 40 is not enough to combine two, so we don't actually have enough time to be able to pull that. Okay, that's fine. In that case, this only requires, yeah, 2 lessons learned. So, unfortunately, we will lose this glimmering in the process. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, well, this vitality will go with that. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Improving our... I'm not super worried about improving our physique, so let's go ahead. We will study this. And I suppose we can enter the wood again? That seems alright. We're getting an additional follower, and we are waiting for more money. We do have a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and visit Morelands. It takes time to sort gold from the dross, the wheat from the shaft, the blood from the water. If I buy enough books, I'll find something interesting. Oh, that gives us an affliction. We do have the vitality to go with it. Did that eat? Oh, that did take our dread, so this could become a problem again. Let's see, so we're just gonna let these count down, unfortunately. And he's asking for our additional reason. The work is completed when I have assessed the work is complete and not before. I trust we understand each other. So, we have a collection of poetry. The poet makes himself the seer of an immersed, long, deliberate derangement of all the senses, the opposite of wisdom, thankfully. So this allows us to gain a lesson learned, which is helpful. We'll wait for additional funds before we continue shopping. And we're back. And as I said, I don't think we necessarily want the occult scraps. Let's visit the well. We could have gone up with Killer Rumor. A furtive truth. A detailed smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak this where you might be overheard. Did I read the occult scrap? I believe I did. Okay. So. The velvet is strong at the well in the wood, and the velvet is the hour that keeps secrets. But now and then she lets a little secret fall, like a crumb at a feast. Last night I found a moss-clad rock written all around with the secrets of another history. I might give thanks to the velvet, but it will be wiser not to draw her attention. And with that, go ahead and heal ourselves up. And we now have a glimmering. So, let's continue working. We won't use this immediately. This is more helpful for whenever you're getting to... These can be leveled up 5 times each. So that's more helpful for the last 2. That's... We could possibly take care of Mr. Alden. That's not something I'm necessarily interested in immediately, but it is something to consider. We do still have the tentative evidence. A patron. Okay. I think we can go ahead and fast forward. And we now have... Oh, Salacha. Or Sulchana. Jesus. And this is the owner of the Odysseus. So, that's helpful. Does she know a language? Sanskrit. Okay. Potentially helpful. Let's just simply continue finding more followers. More glimmering. And we have healed back up. We do have an additional passion. Let's go ahead and enter the wood. Now I pass between scar-barked trees. The moon passes behind branches. Though her fingers remain in my hair, I'm stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. Will Alden ask for our attention? He will not. Okay. We've built up a little bit more money. Let's visit Orland one more. Okay. We have more glimmering. We will have to we will have to combine these two. So, let's go ahead and produce a lesson learned. Okay, lots of stuff is happening now. A light in the skull. Whenever the principle of the lantern sheds its light, I may recall additional scraps of knowledge. I think I forgot to feed this my passion. Nightmare, the cleansing dawn. Now I can slough off my flesh, patch by patch, tugging the tendons free like fibers picked from teeth. My skin lies like a shredded blanket. The sun heaves itself above the horizon with a triumphant battle yell. The light falls like acid on my naked bones. Pain will wake me and my bones will ache for days, but the sun's words are etched on my bones. And we have an intensity of radiance. Light dews the skin and suffuses the air. This is a 6th order influence. And the important thing to know is that if unused, it will become fascination. Alrighty then. I do think we will continue going to the Way of the Wood, though. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I'm safer now. My adversary has not enough evidence to bring a case against me, and they found no new clues. So, we still have the tentative evidence. And I have found something noteworthy. Apollo and Marsyas. The libretto of a lost opera concerning the contest between Apollo and Marsyas and its tragic outcome. The librettist is identified only by their initials, RKNIL? So, we do have something interesting to read. Now, we are currently working on trying to improve our passion. Oh. Ooh. Hair's 0.0 seconds caught it right on time. And we now have Laidlaw. Laidlaw is a tinkerer and a mechanic with an uncanny knack. And with that, that will be the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.